Good morning everyone and welcome to day 3 of this first test match between Australia and New Zealand at Lord's. Australia currently in their first innings are doing very well. They are 397 for 5, already 186 runs ahead of New Zealand. We join the action now as Richard Hadlee comes in to bowl the first ball of the day to Adam Gilchrist. And that's been gently worked away for 1. And a quick single, and that's 50 for Australia's captain Alan Border. Gilchrist lifts this one high over mid-wicket, and that's a 1 bounce 4. Well, this is the perfect situation for Gilchrist, taking the attack to the New Zealand bowlers. Oh, but he's out now. Beautifully bowled by Chris Cairns. Ross Taylor has taken the catch at second slip. Gilchrist is gone. Caught Taylor, bowled Cairns for 46, and Australia are 406 for 6. A bit of extra bounce from Hadlee. You feel Border's looking to get on with it. And Border's got that one down the ground for 4. Oh, that's well bowled by Hadlee. He's slightly on top of Border this morning. And another one past the outside edge. Oh, Shane Warne's come a long way across there. A big shot from Hadlee, and yes, the umpire says that's out. That ball coming back up the slope, hitting Warne right in front of the stumps, and he is out. LBW to Hadlee for 2, and Australia are 419 for 7. Oh, that's a beautiful shot by Gillespie. Full face of the bat. Oh, that's a full toss from Hadlee, and Border's worked that wide a bit on. That will be 4 more. Oh, that's a terrific shot by Gillespie. He's absolutely smoked that one through square leg. Well, Gillespie has got that drive going. He's batting superbly. And now one through third man. Oh, Australia will be enjoying this. Oh, that's a very full delivery. A big shout by Bond. What does the umpire say? Yes, that's out. Alan Border playing back to a full delivery. That ball came back down the slope. That straightened down the line, and Border is out. LBW to Bond for 69, and Australia are 449 for 8. Dennis Lillee to face his first ball, and that's a beautiful in-swinging Yorker by Shane Bond. He shouts again. The umpire says, yes, that's out as well. Shane Bond is on a hat-trick. Let's look at the replay. Well, ball tracker suggesting that ball would have gone past the leg stump, but Shane Bond won't mind. Dennis Lillee is out. LBW to Bond for a first ball duck, and Australia are 449 for 9. Shane Bond on a hat-trick. Bowls it full, and McGrath smashes it down the ground for 4. Well, what a surprise that was. Let's see where Bond bowls the second ball. That's short, and McGrath pulls it away in front of square leg for 4 more. Well, McGrath is on a roll. But he's out now. Yes, Shane Bond, nice and full and straight. And McGrath is out, bowled Bond for 8, and that's it. Australia are now all out for 457. Let's have a look at the scorecard. Australia 457 all out, a magnificent 160 for Ricky Ponting, but 50s as well for David Warner, Steve Waugh, Alan Border, and Adam Gilchrist played a very free-flowing 46 at the end there. For the New Zealand bowlers, they tried hard, but they just couldn't quite get the wickets as quickly as they wanted. 3 for Hadlee, 3 for Bonds, 3 for Chris Cairns, and 1 for the left-arm spin of Daniel Vettori. Australia now have a lead of 246 runs. They are firmly in the driving seat of this test match. Well, it's certainly a very aggressive field, and Stephen Fleming's got that one away. That's his first boundary. Very full for McGrath, and Stephen Fleming leans into a drive and gets 4 more. That's a full toss from Lillee, and Stephen Fleming punches him down the ground for another 4. Bowled him! What a delivery by Dennis Lillee. That was fast and straight, and Stephen Fleming had no chance. He's out. Bowled Lillee for 16, and New Zealand are 17 for 1. And that will be lunch on day 3. New Zealand have made it to 27 for the loss of their captain Stephen Fleming, who was magnificently bowled by Dennis Lillee. Lillee and McGrath both bowling wonderfully in that short session. Short and nicely cut away by Glenn Turner. That's his first boundary. And that one's past the edge, beautifully bowled. Well, Williamson's really latched onto that one. McGrath's pitched that one fuller, but Williamson is up to the task, and that's 4 more. Glenn Turner will have been happy to have survived that first wall from Warren. Let's see what he has coming up next. He's punched it in the gap. Well, that's a beautiful shot. That's a runaway for 4. Warren over pitches this time, and that's been squirted down to third man for 4 more. He picks up length so quickly. He had no trouble with that short ball. That's nicely played. Backed away, gave himself a bit of room, and punched it for 4. Oh, that one spat out of the rough. Warren will be a great challenge on this pitch. Oh, that's nicely played by Turner. He's slowly growing in confidence. Well, that's a peach of a ball. He's bowling such a beautiful line. He's slightly straight on that occasion, and Williamson makes him pay. Yes, look at the curve on that. A beautiful ball. Williamson, you feel, is looking to break free. It's a big shot from Warren, but that ball must have been spinning past the stumps. Let's have a look at the replay. Well, that's a beautiful shot by Glenn Turner, using the width and putting it well in front of point. Warren starts a new over. Williamson down the pitch. Oh, he's been stumped! Oh, Williamson's been completely bamboozled by Warren. Yes, he's out. Stumped Gilchrist bowled Warren for 38, and New Zealand didn't need to lose that wicket. They're 98 for 2. Well, that's neatly played by Crowe. He's off the mark with the boundary, and that's 100 for New Zealand. Well, this will be very tight. Martin Crowe needs to run to make his ground. I don't think he's made it. It looks like he's run out. Yes, he's out. Oh, what a tragedy for New Zealand. Martin Crowe is run out for 4, and New Zealand's are now 102 for 3. Ross Taylor to face his first ball from Lilly, and that's a beautiful square drive. That's a nice way to get off the mark. Lilly to finish the over. And oh no, Ross Taylor is out. Looking to play that on the onside. He's got a little inside edge, and Border, who positioned himself at leg slip, takes a neat catch. That is not what New Zealand needed. Ross Taylor is out. Caught Border, bowled Lilly for 6, and New Zealand are now 108 for 4. Well, if ever New Zealand needed a special McCullum innings, now is the time. And that's a good start for McCullum. He's punched that away for 4. Oh, and that's a good shot too. McCullum's punched that one down the ground for 4, taking the ball on the half volley from Gillespie, just hitting it over Glenn Turner's head. And that's another good shot. And that will be 50 for Glenn Turner, a real fighting innings. New Zealand will be happy with his effort. McCullum comes down the pitch and smacks that one past mid-off. Well, this is a good start for McCullum. This might be the innings just to get him and New Zealand going. And that's nicely played too, just watching it onto the bat and turning it away for 4. Well, that's McCullum's best shot so far, beautifully timed through forward square leg. And that will be tea on day 3. Let's have a look at the scorecard. New Zealand have made it to 148 for 4. They're trying really hard, but the Australian bowlers are being relentless. Glenn Turner currently on 56 not out. Brendan McCullum has started a sprightly innings of 27 not out. Surely they'll need to put on a very big partnership if New Zealand are going to get back into this game. 2 wickets for Dennis Lilly and the important wicket of Kane Williamson for Shane Warne. New Zealand still trailing by 93 runs, but while McCullum is there, anything is possible. McCullum's cut this one away in the air, but into the gap, and that'll be 4. Inside edge, and down to the boundary for 4. That's just the luck that New Zealand will need. That's a short ball from Lilly, but beautifully pulled away by Glenn Turner. Well, that's a confidence-building stroke. And that's 50 for McCullum, 50 off 62 deliveries. It's been a wonderful innings. Can he keep going? McGrath now coming around the wicket. Oh, that's out, caught and bowled. Oh no, Brendan McCullum will be so disappointed. That looked like a slow ball from McGrath, and McCullum could only pat it back to McGrath. Oh, he's out, caught and bowled McGrath for 54, and New Zealand are 191 for 5. Oh, that's a lovely shot by Chris Cairns, standing high on his toes and cutting it right into the gap. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. Gets the edge from Turner, but they jog through for a single. Oh, that's beautifully bowled by McGrath. Australia have been working at Turner, and they finally got him. LBW to Glenn McGrath. That was a lovely off-cutter against the slope, and Glenn McGrath has done the job for Australia. Glenn Turner is out. LBW to McGrath for 74, and New Zealand are 202 for 6. Warren now bowls to Cairns. That's a nice little inside-out drive through cover point, and that'll be 4. That one's slightly short, and Cairns cuts it in the air down towards third man. Oh, that's nicely pulled away by Hadlee for 4. He does like that shot. Oh, beautifully played by Cairns. He's late cut that one off his stumps. Warren cannot believe it. Edged, and Ponting's taken a neat catch. Yes, the angle from Jason Gillespie has done the job. Chris Cairns going for the drive, but he could only get the edge, and he is out. Caught Ponting bowled Gillespie for 21, and New Zealand are 221 for 7. A slight top edge from Hadlee, but that was a good sweep shot. Vittori looking to come down the pitch. A shout by Warren, but Vittori was a long way down. That must have hit him outside the off stump, and it wasn't going to hit the stumps anyway. As expected, spin and bounce. Well, Vittori does love the ball out there. He's cut that high over point, and that will be 4. And this one straighter from Gillespie, but still short, and Vittori's pulled that one away for 4 more. New Zealand is slowly erasing this deficit. That's a good shot from Hadlee, down the ground against Warren. That'll be 4. Squeezed away, wide of the gully, and that's 4 more. This will be the last over of the day. Oh, and that's a gorgeous delivery, lots of bounce. And that will be stumps on day 3. New Zealand have made it to 246 for 7. Let's have a look at the scorecard. Some excellent batting really by New Zealand, 74 by Glenn Turner, who was very defiant against these Australian bowlers. McCullum with a quick fire 54 gave New Zealand hope. Some nice contributions down the order, but really Australia's bowlers were just a bit too good and were able to constantly get wickets and break partnerships and keep themselves ahead in this match. So after day 3, scores are actually tied. New Zealand, however, only have 3 second innings wickets in hand. We feel that they will need a miracle to put up a decent total for Australia to chase tomorrow. That's it from us. Do join us tomorrow for day 4, and bye for now.